Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Wolverine and the X-Men issue 24 with a new artist for this issue, which I was very happy to see. We finally get to see really good art. I mean, not really good art, but, you know, compared to what we've been getting, pretty good art for this series, so I was very happy to see that. Made this story a lot more interesting, I guess, too, because that's always been a complaint about Wolverine and X-Men, is that the art isn't so good, but the story is good, so, and that's why I always stick around with this series, and there's great roster of characters. But before I start talking about this issue and the story and everything, I just want to give you guys a little update. I have two reviews I usually do on Comic Uno that I did on Dark Avenger Inc., which were Young Avengers issue 1, which is, you know, a very big issue that came out this week, and most anticipated issue for me, and Green Lantern New Guardians issue 16. So if you want to go check that out, just go in the description below. There'll be a link for Dark Avenger Inc., so you go check out those reviews. But let's talk about Wolverine and X-Men issue 24. And let's talk about the cover. Very self-explanatory what's going on here. Wolverine and Storm have a thing going on with each other. I didn't know they always had a thing. I never knew that they really had any chemistry. But I guess we'll see more about that in this issue. And also, this is a very Valentine's Day issue. Even though it's not February yet, it's very romantic. You know, relationship-y type of issue, which I do enjoy occasionally, so I was actually looking forward to this. I also heard that Storm got her mohawk back, so I thought it was like, oh, how does that happen, you know? It still doesn't really explain in this issue. But with this issue, we get to see a little bit of Storm adjusting to the Jean Grey school and her talking to her ex-husband. It seems like they have a better relationship now than they ever did. I've never really concentrated on their marriage and everything. Everyone knew they were married, but now it seems like they care about each other a little bit more, and you get to see that in this issue. You also get to see everyone's just going out. You know, all the teachers like, we need a break, so we're going out. So Wolverine has to babysit. One of the people that are going out is Kitty and Bobby. You know, they have they've been having a little chemistry throughout the beginning of the series, I would say. Through the first story arc, they had a connection, and now they're finally saying, all right, let's try this out. And they're trying to be normal, and it's not working out for them. And Kitty's like, you know what, we're not normal people, so why are we trying to be normal people? So they just use their powers and just be helpful around, and that's their day, and they thought it was amazing. And I'll explain more about that in the end. Well, let me explain their whole story, and I'll do it that way. So in the end, we get to see them kiss, but we don't know if they're really in a relationship, because Kitty's like, oh, you know, this is one perfect date, but maybe people like us, that's what we need, you know, maybe it is just one date. But they do kiss in the end, so that's kind of left on a cliffhanger. We also get to see Edie's, you know, on the bedside with Brode, and Brode does wake up, but it's not truly the Brode we know, because Brode attacks Edie in the end. We also get to see Beast is very into trying to figure out Brode's condition, how to help him, but he's supposed to have a romantic dinner, but that doesn't happen. So Beast doesn't have a romantic dinner. And then Jean and Quentin, they talk. I guess they kind of have stuff in common because they're both telepaths. And he doesn't treat Jean like she's superior, and Jean likes that. He's like, you know, you're the only person that doesn't treat me like this amazing museum piece, and I like that about you. So Quentin's, you know, trying to, you know, be that guy who's trying just to get, you know, Jean, and that's it. You know, he doesn't really care about Jean. But he just wants to sleep with Jean, and that's it. But we get to see that they do have a connection. I feel like it was a little awkward of connection because he's trying to be a player and everything. But I think with this, it's not supposed to be a romantic conversation. I think they could just grow a really great friendship, and their personalities do. It's so weird that one person that is so obnoxious, and Jean, that's supposed to be a very sweet person, especially when she's a teenager. I think they could be really good friends. I feel like that's what the scene was all about, was showing maybe they're not going to have a romantic relationship, even though Quentin's trying that. Well, I think it's just showing his obnoxiousness, but it seems like they could really have a good friendship, and they both have a lot of stuff in common with the, you know, telepathy and everything. We also get to see Wolverine give Storm a mohawk, which I don't quite understand that chemistry and everything, but it happens. I don't know why. And also, Storm takes the place of, for Kitty to be headmistress, because she has a lot of things going on. But I don't know if Kitty's still in this series then. I think she is. She's just going to be a teacher, and I really hope that she's still in this series, because she's one of my favorite characters, as you guys know. She's my second favorite character, so I hope she stays on this series. I think it's a great roster with her in it, with everybody. I think just everybody's chemistry with each other and their relationships with each other make this series really good, and I wouldn't want to see Kitty go. So if she's not, you know, headmistress, I hope she stays on the series. So there's a lot of interesting stuff here. I think there was a lot of stuff that were being pushed, but it was okay. It didn't really affect this issue a lot, and I still think it was very enjoyable. There was times I definitely laughed with the dialogue, especially with Kitty and Bobby. There's just a lot of times to laugh. And then there's, you know, stuff for future story arcs, the Brew thing. So that should be interesting, and I think the one I enjoyed the most was Kitty and Bobby. They made me laugh so much, and I want to see if their relationship works. I really hope it does. Again, the Wolverine and Storm thing, I don't quite understand. I don't know why she wanted her mohawk. Really didn't explain it in this issue. And then the Quentin and Jean thing, I understand it. I wouldn't want to see them in a romantic relationship, but I understand their friendship. And if that's the first scene we get between them as a friendship, a good friendship, then that's okay with me, because I think it's just showing who these two characters are, and then maybe showing, wow, these two characters are so different, but they could become friends. So I think it's a really good Valentine type issue. It's a one-shot type of issue. It's not anything that's amazing happened. The only thing with Brew, I think that's the only thing that really progresses the story. It's kind of a filler issue, but it's still a good issue. It's a very character-driven issue, and I really enjoyed it. With all the different characters in this. Again, the Wolverine Storm thing, I don't quite understand, but it's still, their stories separately were pretty good, and they really weren't together that much, so it was just towards the end. And, you know, Storm becoming headmistress, I guess that progressed the story a little bit more too. I'm going to give this a 4.5. Really enjoyed this. Very close to being my pick of the week, and just a really enjoyable Valentine relationship-y type of issue, and I think you should pick it up if you want to see these characters develop a little, and there is some stuff that you need for future issues. So I say pick it up. I give it 4.5, and guys, this is Comic Uno. I hope you guys enjoyed, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and the Random Situations, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.